FMR.org.
Right-hander Mason Pelio is on for the save here today at Wisconsin Brewing Company Park. Mason Pelio, the right-hander. He's 0-2. This would be his first save as a Fargo-Moorhead Red Hawk. 23 strikeouts, 8 walks. A little over 20 innings pitched this year. Pelio, the right-hander, on for Fargo-Moorhead. Red Hawks leading this 4-1. He's trying to save it for Kyle Krieger. Connor Fenlong on the hook for the DockHounds. Boy, Fenlong settled in nicely after the Red Hawks put up a few runs in the first 2 innings. And Kyle Krieger pretty strong. Mason Pelio on to save it. Krieger goes 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, 5 strikeouts, no walks, and hit 2 batters. Again, Krieger, if Pelio can save it, would go to 3-3 on the year. But he's going to have to get through the top of the order. Ripken Reyes, the batter, takes the ball high. Reyes, Zuber, and Hernandez. And the absolute key here, do not let the table setters get on in front of the big boppers coming up. The right-hander's pitch is hit up over our heads. Another Robello tire foul ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. On Brett Roberts, excuse me. Numbers 9, 1, and 2 here do up. Roberts takes just a bit away. Misspoke. Roberts, Ripken, Reyes, and Zuber. Couple of balls and a strike. The pitch is in there. Strike 2. Roberts against Krieger struck out twice in the game. And now Mason Pelio trying to put away Brent. First out, always the big one in a save opportunity. A wind in the pitch. Lifted in the air to right field. It's dying quickly. Dylan Thomas camping underneath it, and DT's got it for out number 1. The Red Hawks 2 outs away. 2 outs away from evening this series, and 2 outs away from winning their first game against Lake Country this year. Go to the top of the order in Ripken Reyes. July 3rd, the Red Hawks will be at Newman Outdoor Field in a series against Kansas City. Bring your family and friends to the ballpark. Start your holiday off with a bang. Fireworks after the game that night on July 3rd. There's a strike into Ripken Reyes. July 4th, celebrate America's 250th birthday. Kansas City remains in town. You can play catch on the field. Strike 2, and Pelio looking good. The 4th of July on a Saturday afternoon game at Newman Outdoor Field. And July 5th, the Silver Sluggers Sunday organ music, Silver Sluggers Day. Reserve tickets for just $6. All fans 55 and older can do that. The 2-strike pitch is pulled foul. Good breaking pitch.
There's another 6-away foul ball.
July 10th, the Red Hawks home. Another Wood Chippers night, racing night, presented by Ojibwe Forest Rally. Wood Chippers night presented by Explore Minnesota. Lots of good stuff coming up in the front window at Newman Outdoor Field starting this Monday night. 0-2 the count on Ripken Reyes. Pelio into the motion. The pitch. Check swing. He may have gone around. Now they say he did, but the ball scoots away from home. It'll be a strikeout for Pelio, but Reyes reaches on a strikeout wild pitch, and the tying run will come to the on-deck circle for Lake Country here in the bottom of the 7th. And that's what you do. The batter, Reyes, was going to stay there as if he didn't go around, but home plate umpire Albert Martinez immediately said, yeah, he went, and he took off and made it easily to first. So the DockHounds get a base runner. They've stranded 7 runners on base in this game. Now can you get Ray Zuber? Becomes the pivotal batter, and a strike in there. Why? Because Ryan Hernandez is on deck. And you'd rather face Ryan Hernandez with only 1 on than 2, if you know what I mean. Red Hawks leading 4-1. Better yet, can Pelio do something on the ground? He throws over to first. Diving back in is Ripken Reyes. RedHawks with 4 runs, 8 hits, and they got 2 errors somewhere in there. I'm not sure where that second error is. The pitch, off-speed pitch. Checking the runner. And the pitch home. Fastball away. Pelio behind now, 2 balls, 1 strike. Zuber 1 for 3 in the game. They check of Reyes at first, does not take off, and there's strike 2 over the inside corner. I noticed the 2 errors on the board. I have to double check that. They had 1 Fuentes last inning. You can see that. Well, the bottom line is, when you get this out right here for Mason Pelio, get to 2 outs. Tying run on deck. The 2-2 pitch, fouled straight back.
There's another kick away, foul ball.
Infield shifting a little bit. Zuber, left-handed batter, playing him a bit to pull. Pitch on, swing, and a miss. He got it. Pelio went upstairs with a strikeout, his second strikeout of the inning. And that is on number 2. Got Roberts to fly out to left, to right. Ripken Reyes reaches on a strikeout wild pitch. And Zuber strikes out in some high heat from Mason Pelio. And this is one of the scenario. You're facing Ryan Hernandez. And even if he does go long, which he does quite often at the park, takes the ball low. The RedHawks have a 3-run lead. So facing Hernandez with 1 on, a much better scenario for Mason Pelio and the RedHawks. That's how big that out was of Ray Zuber. Pelio, the check of the runner, and the pitch home. Swing and a miss, something off speed. Hawks trying for their 13th win of the season. Lake Country, best record in all the league at 21-7. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. He came off speed again, and Mason Pelio and his battery made Juan Fernandez. Mixing well. This game not even 2 hours old, by the way. Think about that. Runner at first is Reyes. The pitch in the dirt. That's what you want to do. Spike that thing in there. See if Ryan Hernandez goes after it. He did not. You had 1 to waste. And technically, you've got another 1 to waste, but on deck is Joshua Mears. Now, he also, the big bopper for Lake Country. The 2-2 pitch. Stay right 3. He got him looking, and the game is over. The RedHawks have won it 4-1. Mason Pelio pulled the string and is able to catch Ryan Hernandez looking, and the Fargo-Moorhead RedHawks, for the first time this season, have beaten Lake Country. 4-1 the final today, a game played in 1 hour and 59 minutes. That is a quick game. The RedHawks win it by that score of 4-1. The winning pitcher, Kyle Krieger, he is now 3-3 on the season. The loss goes to Connor Fenlong. He drops to 2-2. In a swiftly played game, good pitching between these two clubs, and the Fargo-Moorhead RedHawks win it by a score of 4-1. 4 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error for Fargo-Moorhead. 1 run, 5 hits, no errors for the Lake Country DockHounds. The DockHounds in the 7th inning, no runs, no hits. There were no errors and 1 runner left on base. The DockHounds today leaving a total of 8 men on base this afternoon. We talk about good pitching for Fargo-Moorhead. The RedHawks today left a total of 5 on base today. Hawks win it by a score of 4-1. Our post-game show is coming up around the corner. Remember,